after getting dumped from your job at a college, fighting the fight, and now standing there to witness this, testify. What's it feel like to you to get this little victory?
I'll cry again because I had so many tears of just gratitude and relief that, the executive order was signed. It was signed right in front of me. I got to watch it. I got to be there. I got to celebrate with these women who have been through so much. Again, obviously, I am 57. I am one of the few coaches who stood up. A lot supported me behind the scenes, but did not want to lose their jobs. And unfortunately, they they see what happened. And um, I did lose my job. I did lose my income. That part has been rough. I would do it all again, over and over again. Um, and the emotion from everyone was so beautiful, right? From the cheers to the tears, all of it, because it all comes flooding back when you are there and you are seeing all these little girls and you are standing with and know so intimately the stories of the women who have been harmed. And not all of them, not all of them are there who have been harmed. Um, and not all of the coaches who, have been harmed but are afraid to stand up and even talk about it. And I will continue to urge coaches and administrators, it's never too late to stand up, right?
All right. So let's bring it back to Rhode Island on that note. So Rhode Island Interscholastic League does allow, we're not aware actually of any cases. I expect they are out there, but they've probably been hidden. But the Rhode Island Interscholastic League does allow boys to compete in girls' high school sports if their policy is if the sending school officially records that person as a girl, regardless of whether they are or not. But if that sending school says they're a girl, then they can play in girls' sports. That's their policy. It's a pass the buck policy, but yet it allows it. I There's been a gentleman named Bob Caradillo who's been going over. He's gone to every school committee in the state trying to get school committees to change their transgender policies. He's been a bear on this boys and girls sports with the Interscholastic League, and he's kind of shown up the executive director, a guy named Mike Lunny. I echoed that call last week personally, calling as a former member of the Rhode Island Interscholastic League Hall of Fame and an all-stater in two sports. I called on them, but we need to do more. So here's my question. Like we said earlier, so every girl is going to be saved from this humiliation, this danger. What still needs to happen federally and at the state level, Kim Russell, to really make this become comprehensive?
So every state needs to sign this into law that women's and girls' sports and private spaces are for females only. And that means born female, right? And then in addition, every national governing body of every sport needs to put it into their language and then internationally. So in March, a new president will be elected to the IOC, the International Olympic Committee. Um, the wording of the executive order and then what President Trump said as he signed it was, you know, they're not going to allow anyone into the country who isn't born female who plans to compete in the Olympics. I mean,
Oh, he did. Oh, I didn't hear that. He did
yeah,
say that.
yeah,
Wow.
he spoke about that. He spoke about basically how his order is covering it's basically like Title IX, any school or institution that receives any federal funding.